supaya dia ni nampak macam scorpion, macam-macam. Okay? Dan tengok apa dia ni. That's a caterpillar. Nampak? See, these are the sort of things that you do. Frogs, on frogs macam daun. Survival strategies. Kalau you tengok luminescent mushroom, sekarang ni cakap ada because dia nak attract insect datang, and then the spores will be distributed. Jadi ada functionnya kenapa dia luminescent. Tapi apa hal pula frog luminescent? Yeah. So this is a frog that was just discovered in South America. The first vertebrate that has ini with the larva. Ini bayangkan, this is the female larva of a beetle. The male kat sini besar itu dia larva besar. Tapi this is the shape of the larva, tak tukar-tukar dia. Dari kecil hingga dewasa. Female. Macam you bayangkan kalau kita perempuan semua bentuk bayi, never change, bukan macam flying macam male. This is to me a wondrous. Ants, kalau ni cakap I was a suicide bomber before it became food. These ants, bila dia nampak ular ke datang masa nak makan dia would inhale, boom, dia explode macam suicide bomber. Okay, dia explode tu peluru macam-macam mana, and then it saves the rest of the ants. Okay, in Borneo forest. Yang ini lagi bagus, dia dengan fungus ni. The fungus would produce some chemical that makes this ant jadi zombie. Bila chemical yang masuk dalam ant ni, the ant dari atas pokok sana jalan turun macam zombie. Okay? Kenapa dia turun? Pasal dia akan cari the leaf on the north side of the plant where the sunlight comes in, and chomp a leaf dengan gigit daun tu 25 cm above the ground. Select a leaf, the environment between 90 to 95% humidity. The location, the temperature is 20 to 30 minutes. Kenapa? What's so specific? Pasal hanya dengan condition macam ini that these spores will germinate. So the cycle. Okay. Now there is a very active research by Royal Society of Borneo to study what this zombie chemical is. Yang buat ant to jadi zombie. Communications in nature, that's also something we need to understand. Gibbons. Tengok gibbons, animals communicate senang. Pagi-pagi you dengar animals or gibbons. But now, trees are said to communicate. Macam mana boleh ada get crown shyness? The trees grow and tiba-tiba datang, dekat sangat ni, jangan datang dekat ni. So and they do release sensory, macam aspirin yang kita makan. Maybe using chemical, jangan dekat kamu ni, ngada-ngada dekat. But actually it serves to, macam saya cakap tadi, insect tak boleh spread, virus mungkin tak boleh spread the disease from one tree to another. So walaupun jiran, dia jauh-jauh sikit. So they do, how do they communicate? It was said they communicate kat sini, leaf to leaf, and also through the roots. Now evidence are accumulating. Trees have intimates like us also. Okay? So these are new areas in biodiversity. Jangan setakat dulu-dulu punya area macam apa buat PhD dia. You have to go into all these things. Trees communicate. Sekarang you cakap pernah tengok mimosa.
Pokok semasa.
Yang apa pegang apa leaf dia kecil kan? Now trees are not said just to be able to communicate, but to learn. Mimosa bodica kat sini kalau dia kecil. Tapi dekat Kew Garden, Mimosa bodica ni memang hot lah pasal dia orang tak ada kat luar. So this is Kew Garden. Masalah pergi tengok, look at this plant. Pedang kecil. Dah berapa generasi plant. Sekarang you pergi Kew Garden, you pegang tak kecil. They have learned. Masa dulu dia kecut, masa lembu nak makan, dia kecut, tengok duri sakit. So lembu pun. So tiba-tiba manusia datang, betul lagi. So dia pun, bayarlah punya energi kecut-kecut. So now Mimosa punica at Kew Garden dah tak kecut. So trees also learn, not just communicate. Frogs. Pernah tengok ni? Frogs ni, dia hidup kalau kat Porin tu, melambat dia dekat Sabah, dekat dengan waterfall. So I selalu bawa student I cari ni. Pasal frogs kan dia communicate, dia kan. Dia ni duduk bawah waterfall. Tak dengar. Tak ada lah mate. They can never produce eggs or tadpoles. So they have evolved over the years. Bawah tapak kaki dia tu putih. So dia duduk kat situ, dia lambat. Dia lambat. So female. So this is communication. Benda macam ni. Biodiversity is not just going out there and cari press apa plant and apa pickle the. No, you have to ask good questions. And also we have record breakers, Rafflesia. Ini sekarang dah 15 species. This is the one I added. And the 13th species. Saya namakan Tengku Adelaide. Tengku Adelaide is sebuah kelangkaan dekat Sabah jadi. So Rafflesia Tengku Adelaide saya nak masukkan ni pasal saya nak tunjukkan. Dulu-dulu saya dengan Tengku Adelaide dia saya Sabah, kita akan adakan satu network di mana timber people bila masuk hutan, bila dia nampak Rafflesia, dia akan communicate dengan saya di universiti di UKM Sabah masa tu. Saya pun akan communicate Tengku Adelaide, dia Sabah Foundation. Tengku Adelaide ni walaupun dia deputy director, dia bawa helikopter ni, dia pada helikopter. So we would go into the where the Douglas cakap ada, to go and then make Rafflesia all over Sabah. Ada satu hari, siapa pernah ada Profesor Pak Din, Profesor Kamarudin Mak Saleh. Okay? Pak Din was with me, Tengku Adelaide semua. Dengar berita ada Rafflesia. So kita pun pergi dari kampung tu jalan masuk hutan. Masuk hutan tak tahu berapa jam, tiba-tiba Pak Din lepas. Oh, new species. Dia tengok Rafflesia. pernah tengok orange kecil rafflesia. New species, so we are all excited. Tapi pasal selalu kena dispose alam. Orang cakap rafflesia pergi-pergi tak ada apa-apa, dan arrow. So pergi kali ni Pak Din tak ada tape nak measure, tak ada apa. So kita Allah tak boleh nak describe, nak measure humidity sebenarnya. Kita kena datang lagi. So dengan parang kita pagarkan apa tempat, pagarkan dia supaya kita datang next week ke 3 hari lagi with all the proper. So bila keluar tu kita terdengar jentera tractor. Dia kata, hutan ni nak kena clear kan? According to Sabah Foundation punya concession time. So we went, tengok adalah satu tempat apa tengah kena clear apa one Chinese stoker tak ada baju apa tengah. So kita orang pergi pasal abai dekat dengan 1 minit dia tak dengar apa. Waktu kena pergi depan, sana okay, sana ada bunga tau. Bunga, jangan pergi sana, kami datang lagi. Oh, okey, ada bunga. Okey ah. Boleh makan tak? Tanya. So, pusing balik pergi. Jangan makan, itu racun tu. Lu makan lu mati oh. So, and then we went. 1 week later, we flew to the area. The whole forest was clear. Tempat kita pagar tadi pun. So this actually was a species that almost got not recovered. So Kamarudin Mak Saleh menangis kat situ. Ya, bisa arwah. Tuhan kaya 3 weeks after that we got another call, kita baru pergi lah. Here it goes. So it was rediscovered after 2. It was almost not. Okay, so ini lagi satu. No matter what you say to those people, dia tak percaya. Racun dekat racun, penting ke tak penting, they will clear. Okay, so ini saya selitkan tadi nak ceritakan bukan senang. If you're talking about a plant that is a flower that is plant, that is rafflesia. Now we have this Balanophora, Fraser's Hill. A fluorescence that is a plant that is fluorescence. Each of them is a flower. Each of them is a flower. So that's one fluorescence. But that's the plant. Okay? Noli nanti macam rafflesia. Rafflesia single flower. Ini fluorescence. Okay? And you're talking about a plant that is a flower. This one, a leaf that is a plant. A plant that is a leaf. Okay? Ini kalau you pergi mudu mengata. We have the biggest moth in the world. We have the biggest moss in the world. That's one thing. We have the biggest seeds in the world. We have the biggest leaf, single leaf in the world. David Attenborough cakap the giant arum of Borneo develops the biggest undivided leaf of all. A surface area of 34 square feet. We have the smallest shrew. Tengok, siput. Small shrew. Itu je, size. We have another shrew. Ini, I panggil dia chronic boozers of Borneo. Dia ni kaki pemabuk. Dia hidup only on this plant. Ada palm. The fruits of the palm ni, bila dia masak, dia ranum, and then it ferment, alkohol akan ada kat fruit dia. Tapi member ni kaki pemabuk, ini ajalah yang dia makan. Malam-malam dia akan pergi, dia makan 2-3 kali dia visit makan. Tapi dia balik tak ada pula macam kalau slow loris. Kalau pergi slow loris, one visit aja dah balik macam mabuk. Pintail shrew tak pernah mabuk. Why? We invited German group, scientists from Berlin. They studied, they're very interested. German kan suka dia. Dia kata, oh kalau kita tahu ni, kita boleh isolate the gene, boleh minum, geleng-geleng dia tak mahu. So, they studied it. Rupa-rupanya, this tree shrew has evolved to metabolize alcohol, ethanol, through a different pathway from UMT or any other plants. Okay, so that's why I said these are the chronic uses of Borneo pintail tree shrew. We also have the longest stick insect in the world, the longest insect in the world. We have the biggest snake in the world. Okay? Reticulated, the largest snake in the world, captured in Sumatra to 49 feet, weigh 983 pounds, and requires berapa ekor anjing. So, sama ada you takut pula atau you takut macat, you must realize in the forest there are things that you know and things that you don't know. We can gain wisdom from there. We can admire the beauty, appreciate. It is more like an art gallery. Benda-benda cantik yang anda tunjuk semua ada kat dalam rainforest. Bayangkan, you masuk art gallery, painting cantik-cantik ni, but all the paintings were facing the wall. Okay? You bayangkan knowledge in there. So our rainforest is just like a library. This is a library in China. No. You bayangkan our rainforest, all the wonders of nature, all the knowledge to be gained, but what do? We burn them. We burn them before we even get to admire, to extract the wisdom, to extract the knowledge from our rainforest. That's the reason why I gave this talk. I hope it's not too late for us to know what we don't know. Thank you very much.
Terima kasih Prof. Ini question student and lecturer.
Kalau tidak saya ada cerita embarrassing kalau tak tadi.
With the question.
Okay, yes.
Thank you, Prof. I think this is one of the best mind practice I've had so far. I have two questions. One is, you're talking lots about the rainforest, the terrestrial, and I think you've been in Borneo for quite a while, and I saw a photo of you with the dive gear. So what's your take on the underwater diversity in Borneo?
Yeah.
The underwater diversity.
What
The marine diversity.
Marine. Right. The second question is, with all the height of the diversity, we still don't have what we call the natural history museum. The federal state.
Okay. So two questions: marine diversity and
And natural history museum.
ada lagi.
I think that's all.
Okay. With marine biodiversity, I'm a scuba diver. All my children, I have 4 children, all scuba divers. My daughter Aziza was learning how to scuba dive even before the legal age of getting a license. So we were in Sabah and we have dived in all the reefs in Sabah. I've taken my children to Fiji, to Great Barrier Reef, everywhere scuba diving. Believe me, nothing like biodiversity of Malaysia, marine biodiversity. Cantik, banyak. Elizabeth Wood, who knows Elizabeth Wood? The corals of the world. 80% of the pictures in the corals of the world book were actually from Sempurna. Okay. The fishes, sama juga. Yes, marine biodiversity is another area that I think, that's for another day. I have given talks on marine biodiversity. It's a completely different approach from this, but marine biodiversity is something that if we want to exploit it, it can be done. But first we have to beef up on our capability on genomics, because marine biodiversity dia sikit, so kita tak boleh extract it or grow it unless agriculture. But if we want to exploit marine biodiversity, we have to go DNA. Okay, dari segi ubat ke whatever. Yes, I've been involved in marine biodiversity conservation since the 80s, and I still think there are a lot to be done. I used to have when we were at UNIMAS, we used to have a link with Australian Institute of Marine Science, AIMS, and the question they are asking is really mostly physical oceanography. Kalau kita nak compete dengan Australia in terms of corals or diversity or coral reef, we can, because they only have soft corals. Great Barrier Reef are mostly soft corals, but they spend a lot of money on studying cause, the climate change, the coral. So we can compete with even the likes of AIMS. With regards to Museum of Natural History, if you look at, I have been writing to the New Straits Times more than 25 years ago about the need for our own Museum of Natural History. And then I was involved in pushing it during Rais Yatim punya time as a minister. At that time, Rais was not keen to call it museum, pasal kita ada Museum Act, so tak boleh pakai the National Museum of Natural History. And then the mentality of Rais Yatim at that time is diorama time. You masuk ada diorama. It's not research time like we do. So lepas tu ada pula berkelahi, mesti ke akan buat ataupun alam sekitar. Semuanya kalau I pergi tu, setiap pihak semua nak tunjuk kat I tanah yang dia ada. Di sini kita boleh buat. Ini tanah kita ni. They look at the physical aspect of Museum of Natural History. So no matter how hard I am, pandai give up juga. So I've given up. So now I've got some money in the last few years to digitize Alfred Wallace collection that were taken from us, stored in British Museum of Natural History. I go there and digitize them, bring back the images of the specimens, because I believe if it is for research, kalau you pegang a rat caught in our Malaysian forest collected by Wallace try to study the rat. To have the digital images of the rat is far useful nowadays for research. Because digital images we can zoom in, zoom out, sampai bulu hidung pun kita boleh lihat. So that's my rationale. To go to British Museum of Natural History and come back with Alfred Wallace collection, and I've done that. One of the ways to convince this politician is that dulu I hantar, siapa pernah dengar Butterfly, Fatimah Abang, Deputy Vice Chancellor University. Fatimah, I pernah hantar dia buat PhD kat England. Dia tulis, Prof, tolonglah tak cukup duit, dia tak cukup duit. Pergi British Museum, they charge her, they call it bench fees. Nak tengok rama-rama collected from our rainforest, and they charge her by the hours. So I cakap, ini tak boleh jadi. So I went to the government, I went to my senate those days, cari duit. But I went to the government and said, look, our students, our professors go to museum, charged by the hour, pounds, to look at specimens they collected from our forest. Okay, so they give me some money, digitize, bring it back. Now, with those digitize, I have 5,000 images of Wallace and 10,000 Malaysian images. Those collected not by Wallace, but in British Museum naturally, 10,000 yang lain-lain. Okay, your batch pun mungkin ada dalam. Anyway, now I am taking that back. I got some money from a private individual. I'm now approaching it by having first what I call illuminated Museum of Natural History, where these digital images will be placed there, displayed, nantilah bila launch nanti I jemput you orang datang. It's going to be in Cyberjaya. It's going to be both interactive and also run macam theme park. Students can come and you masuk aja, there will be 140 projectors, and you see a hologram of rhinoceros, a hologram of on the floor, tapi hologram. Yeah? And you masuk, you picture all the images on the walls. So it's what I call illuminated Museum of Natural History. But my friend wants takkan nak bagi duit aja, he wants some return lah. So by end of next year, you're invited to come to this museum. I tak mau rely on government money. Cakap, berbuih dah. Okay?
Ya, Prof. Sebab tadi kalau ikut Prof punya slide tadi, ada sentuh pasal ada few species, terutamanya yang rhino tu lah. Okay, jadi kalau berdasarkan Prof punya pengalaman dalam bidang, dua soalan. Satu, apa kesilapan kita? Dua,
Rhino. Bila buat?
Boleh kita rujuk kepada rhino ataupun apa yang akan datang. Kedua, what is the way forward?
The way forward. The way forward to me, two things. Good science. Okay? You must do good science. You know, when the science is there, you can convince anybody. Be it climate change, species behavior, good science is going to be there. And secondly, ini kontroversial lah sikit. You have to have guts to implement things that are conventionally not acceptable. Satu, I am a strong advocate for relocation of tapir to Borneo. I'm a strong advocate. Ramai orang cakap, oh ini relocation, we don't know what happened. I cakap, of course we do. But tapir used to survive in Borneo. Ada tulang dia katnya. Apa? Okay? Once you introduce, and tapir is not an apex predator and kill other things, that browses. And yet we see tapir have been killed on our click highways almost there. It's about time we relocate. Kalau you tengok banting, berapa banting dalam hutan kita? Ya? Berapa banting? Ya? I think 1,000, 2,000. Do you know that banting was introduced into North Australia in 1927, and now there are 20,000 banting in Australia? Feral banting terlepas. Do you know that there are 10,000, 8,000 Malayan tigers in America, in the zoo and bred by them? Kita ada berapa? Okay. This relocation, orang hutan macam mana pula tak boleh datang sini? Alah, MK land apakah bukan apa merah apa kat Taipei? The thing is breeding. It's on island. Why not? That's why to me relocation is no problem, because dulu I macam orang lain je, mana boleh. But when I go to New Zealand, I saw how they have brought up supposed to be extinct birds. Sekarang ada satu tempat Riverton. Dulu it's just a matter of 10 years. Dulu I dengan my wife used to take a walk there. Tak pernah dengar burung. They reintroduce burung with the predator gone. Sekarang pergi burung merata. The success of relocation. And they use our islands. They get rid of the potential predators, so they introduce. So you have to satu good science, and then take bold steps. Bold steps. Lantaklah yang orang cakap tak boleh, kita buat. Tak boleh. Kalau tidak, macam ni lah kita tengok our rhinoceros. Mudah-mudahan tak. Lepas tu, itulah in front of our eyes. Okay? Wih, ramai betul. I'm glad. I takut Tasha ada bagi one session. Penuh dah aku si kosong juga my session aku si kosong kan. Okay, any other thing? Student? Tak ada ni. Ini yang I give the same talk. The same talk in Australia and New Zealand, all over. JCs lah, Rotary lah, tour agents lah. Yang dalam audience tu, rambut putih dari rambut I. Dah tua, berkadut. They're not even biologists. But the question they ask me, cakap, aku baru bagi talk ni kat UKM to their graduate student. I didn't get such a provocative question macam lagi. Kawan ni mungkin 80, 90, not even biologists. But the question they ask, okay, that's what I want you to do. You have to come up with the right question first before you get the right answer. Okay? Ada? Tak ada? Okay. Baru ada? Yes.
Assalamualaikum Prof. Actually, I would like to thank you for this lovely session, and I have got a lot of info from you. But I want to ask, among all the students and also lecturer, okay, we appreciate the beauty of our heritage, our culture, and our forest. But how we want to implement of all this info to the ground level, to the community, so that they will appreciate what we have, and they and what we can help them to use all of this to help them to improve their income.
Oh, their income.
But in the meantime, they do not deforest our heritage. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, that's a big, because I'm, you know, thank you for, because that is actually what I've been discussing with Prof. Dash. You know, to make biodiversity ni not just trying to get more publications on it. It has to be for public education and for money generation. For public education, I in my life have implemented quite a few masa ikat Sabah. For instance, one of the, actually bukan idea Duke University. Duke University, the community there, family there tu, boleh tiap-tiap tahun, oh it's your turn, this year your turn, last year my turn, turn? Turn to go to workshop or lecture on education or on environment. So the university, UMT for instance, can come up with a certificate on environment today, and you can get this year after year and open it to public and give certificate. Because kat sana one family dia ada 5 orang, this year bapak dia pergi, next year mak dia dan anak dia pergi, so the whole family will complete. What does this education cost? It all involves around plastics, pollution, biodiversity, but you must get good speakers. Duke University pay to get good speakers yang orang pergi tu memang will remember. So they have all these well-known TV personalities. Kadang-kadang not necessarily in the environment. They get, for instance, siapa tu yang the actress yang funny woman.
Banyak karir.
No. US. Apa yang funny woman? Julia Roberts. Julia Roberts go there and have a lecture at the Duke University. They get people like that. So the family kat North Carolina memang is something they look forward to. This is how we reach that one on environment, not on biodiversity. Okay. Yang you cakap buat duit, I'm a true believer in ecotourism. Ecotourism, you have to macam, maybe you among the students have a group where macam I kat UKM Sabah dulu, actually we go around just identifying tourism assets. Sampai there is kalau you pergi sekarang mile 37 Tuaran Road, there is a center there, Rafflesia Center, because we were the first one to actually discover Rafflesia so close to the Kota Kinabalu. So there it became Rafflesia Center. So you identify tourism assets for ecotourism. So you know things like, you know, macam cacing tu pun, I'm telling you, it can be a tourism asset. Things like that lah, the wonders of nature. Tak payah cantik, cacing pun boleh jadi tourism asset. You have to brainstorm lah among you people. Tourism assets. That kalau you nak help the general public benefit from what you do. Okay.
Question to that.
Ada lagi? Ya.
Assalamualaikum, selamat pagi. Saya Fendi, Prof. Tanya, Prof, tentang Borneo. Di Terengganu saya rasa kita boleh consider as mini Borneo. Tapi kita di Terengganu ni, we reach in biodiversity, everything ada kat Terengganu ni. Tapi somewhere macam tak terdokumentasi, tak sampai dia punya biosumber Terengganu ni to people
Yeah.
the knowledge everything.
Documentation is one of those lah. Apa ni? Misalnya, I